Hello to all the hair besties in the land. It is me, your #1 hair bestie. I'm so excited. My mom is here from out of town and I haven't seen her for over 2.5 years. I know, it seems forever, but I want to show you guys some gray coverage Mydentity colors with some 6NI, which is going to replace your 6N. My mom has some gray hair, so check it out. Look at my mom!
Hi!
Ain't she gorgeous? She's adorbs, right? So check out her Rootagé, guys. She is over 80% gray. In some areas it's like over 90%, and other areas in the back it's about 75. And right through back here, when she turns around, I would say she has a little bit more, turn around, maybe more like 45% gray in through here, so not too bad. She normally uses anything from a level 5 to a level 6 natural color in her hair, but she likes to keep her hair kind of cool. So what's cool about the N series is that it's NI, which is natural ice, and we're going to cover her gray, simultaneously give her some highlights. And I am thinking I'm going to use Magnum 8 to lighten her with, so we can lift 8 levels. Are you ready, Mom?
Yeah,
yeah,
baby.
Yeah. She's a little camera shy. Can you tell? She's very camera shy. Are you ready for your new look? Mom?
Yes!
See, that's all she can say.
I'm so exciting!
Alright, so we're in the studio now, so when I look at my mom's hair, I'm going to have her bend her head down. She's over 75% gray in some areas, and then the areas around her temple here specifically, you can see that she's over 90% gray right around her temples. She has all the gray hair around her face frame, which is the part that she normally sees first, so that could be an issue. So normally my mom used a level 5 on her own hair. She's been covering her hair, her grays herself, because she hasn't seen me for over 2.5 years. So I'm gonna bump her up to a level 6. So while I do that, I'm gonna foil some highlights down her mids and ends, so that way she can, you know, up the level and it'll grow out gradually, looking natural. Because she has so much gray hair, looking through her base here, it has a lot of dimension. When I lift it up, you can see it looks like there's like some light golden brown dimensional tones in it, because the parts that are gray takes it lighter, and the parts that are like pepper takes it more darker, more of a brown color. So that's why you're seeing a lot of dimension in there, and that's normal. I usually don't like a shoe polish solid gray coverage, but some people might like that. So however, you get a good balance of both depending on how light level you go. So if you want a solid gray coverage, you have to have more pigment. You have to go down to a level 5 or 4, but if you're gonna go to a level 6 or 7, anything lighter, because it has less pigment, going on a level this naturally dark, you're going to get more warmth where the pepper is, and on a part that's gray or white, as you may call it, may appear a little bit more translucent. So keep that in mind. So because I want more dimensional coverage on my mom, I am going to use a level 6. And we're going to use Mydentity level 6NI, which is considered natural ice. Okay, so it's natural with gray coverage on the cooler side, so when you lift, you have a little bit of control of the warmth as well. When I opened up my mom's hair in the back, you can see she's been missing a lot of spots back here. There's spots missing everywhere because she can't reach the back of her head when she does her own color at home. So that's why you'll see some of the gray coming out further. Some parts are darker because she didn't color it. She missed spots everywhere. So today we're going to tackle gray coverage, highlights, and a haircut. I actually kind of like her length as is right here. She likes it too because she likes to be able to tie her hair back. I thought about giving her a bob, but then she won't be able to tie it back anymore. So I feel it's important that she does work around the house and clean and do all that stuff she does at home. She needs to be able to tie it back in a bun. So I'm gonna be able to work with this length here. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the 6NI Natural Ice Permanent Color Mydentity. Okay, so I mixed it with 20 volume for gray coverage. The 20 volume that is designated with the Mydentity 6NI Permanent Color, it has a nice lavender fragrance. I'm obsessed with it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Ooh, all right, so I'm gonna use this to cover her gray, and it's gonna be beautiful because it's on the cooler side. These days, a lot of people prefer their tones to be slightly on the cooler side. So I think it's kind of cool that we're able to lift the hair and have control of the warmth while covering gray at the same time. All right, so take a good look at how much gray she has here. And I'm gonna apply it just at her Rootagé Okay, so a lot of times when we cover gray, we tend to just slap it all over. I feel like it's very important to just apply it to just the regrowth. Because sometimes when you overlap pigment on pigment on pigment on pigment over time, it can create a lot of buildup. So I'm only going to tackle just her Rootagé area, just like that, there, okay? I like to go around the hairline first because I like the color to sit on the hairline a lot longer due to the fact that the hair around the hairline tend to be a little bit more resistant and requires a little bit more, you know, oomph for you to cover that gray, right? So as you guys know, when you first mix permanent color, it's a lot stronger with any line, not just, you know, mine or Mydentity. It could be any line that you're gonna get like a stronger power when you first mix it because of the ammonia and the oxidation combined. Okay, so you're gonna see me combine, or you're gonna see me apply the 6NI around her face first, because this is where you really gotta tackle that gray. And I find that the longer you can leave the color on, the better coverage you're gonna get. So you're gonna see me really frame her face here first. And I'm just gonna do a 4-quadrant all over Rootagé gray coverage here. So, and then after I do that, I'll show you guys how I am gonna place my foils down. So Mydentity 6NI with 20 volume is processing on her Rootagé right now. I'm going to go in using what I call the StarDust technique and do zigzags in 4 quadrants, okay? So you'll see the 4 quadrants already divided in her hair right now. Okay, so the first quadrant I like to start in the back, and the reason why is because the hair in the back is a little bit more resistant. So I'm going to do the zigzag parting, as you can see right here, okay? And I'm just going to put that out the way. Sometimes you can use a clip depending on how your client or model's hair is, and I'm going to do another zigzag right underneath it. Okay, a diagonal zigzag helps it kind of blur and blend more. I'm going to hold the hair with tension on the ends here, over direct it to the front, and then back comb that hair right up into the scalp edge right there. Okay, and then I'm going to go in, I'm going to apply or lay the hair over the foil and stroke the lightener through. This is going to give her some dimension in the back. And again, the highlight doesn't have to go all the way up to the top of her scalp. We want it to look very, very natural, almost like a slight ombre. She's falling asleep, so her head's going to bobble around. Okay, so you can see here, I am just stroking it in, not in a W or a V shape. I'm just going in erratically. Some of it's more jagged, just so we create more of a blend. But you'll see me kind of stroking it horizontally a little bit, just to make sure we penetrate the hair all the way, because we don't want any uneven lines in the hair. Okay, and you'll see me go in doing a foil overlay. So we have incubation. I don't like to wrap it up. I find that the hair lifts really unevenly sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to take another jagged zigzag diagonal section on that quadrant. I normally do about 3. I leave the bottom out so it could be dark. So you see me back comb 3 sections only. So 1, 2, and 3 is all you need. This can be tucked away. Move that out the way. And less is more. I find that when we take too many sections, back comb too many areas, it becomes a little bit complicating and too much is going on. So because her hair is slightly shorter in the back, I have to direct it to the front so there's more length for me to grip and back comb. Okay, so I'll back comb that up. And I want it to be fine enough and high enough so I can get the highlights high enough, and also fine enough so that way you can penetrate the hair with the lightener. Going in. I am using 30 volume because her hair lightens really, really easily. My mom has a lot of gray, so even though it's color treated, we're not going to face a lot of orange in her hair because of the gray that's underneath it. So the only thing we're actually removing is not that much natural color, we're removing more artificial color. Oh my gosh guys, we're back! I'm so excited. I haven't toned it yet, so don't judge. But I gotta tell you, the gray coverage is on point! Take a look, when my mom bends her head down, I mean, this is insane, but it almost looks like her hair is even shinier where her Rootagé was. And now that gray hair Rootagé is gone. But we gave her a shallow Rootagé here. And take a look here. 6NI, 20 volume. 100% gray coverage on the top. right around her hairline, solid gray coverage. I'm going to dissect here right around the sides where I was showing you guys earlier where she has all that gray hair issue. Solid coverage right there, right around her face. And I'm going to open her up right along through here, through the top, so you get to see all the grays are completely covered, as you can see there. The Mydentity 6Ni is so impressive. The pigment is insane. It leaves the hair shiny. It smells great. Oh my gosh. Let me turn her around. You guys gotta see the back of her head. You guys remember earlier when I showed you guys the back of my mom's head? It was so uneven. It was like, it was a paranormal hairtivity situation. And, well, maybe not too paranormal. It was my mom coloring her hair at home herself. I mean, what's she gonna do, right? Because I'm not there because I haven't seen her in 2 years, right? So, but we fixed that. So when I open her up, you can see that it's all even, fully covered, and it doesn't look like black. A lot of times when we're using gray coverage colors, it just, a 5 can look like a 4, a 6 can look like a 3, you know, it could get kind of crazy. So with this situation, when I lift her hair up, you can definitely see that it has that nice brown color, that 6Ni type of look that we're all looking for. Now, the I stands for ice because it has that cooling. It's a little bit cooler than your traditional 6N, I would say, but it's going to replace your 6N that you have, that you normally use, but it just gives you that lift and a little bit of control than you normally would with a 6N. And that's what I love about it, because we all want a little control when we're lifting. So you see all the hair that she had that was pepper is now brown. All the hair that was gray or white is now brown, and it's all even. I'm impressed. And her highlights, we lifted it with Magnum 8 with 30 volume. So she lifted to about a level 9, a little bit kind of yellowy on the ends throughout. So I'll turn her to the side here. You can see that slightly yellowy. I brought the highlights closer to around her face. And remember, we did that zigzag StarDust technique, so the top veil is darker. And that's where you see this dark kind of going over to shatter through to create this seamless blend. So she has this ombre effect that will last a long time. So even if I don't see her for a year, it just grows out naturally, and the veil will help conceal any demarcation. Not that there is, because it's seamless already as is. When I lift that veil out the way, you can see that's already blended. But now I'm going to go in and glaze her hair. I don't like to call it toning, but I'm going to glaze it so that way we could blur it furthermore and remove the yellowness that you're seeing here. I am going to tone or glaze my mom with 9IG and 6IG. So 6IG will be at the top, and then I'll mix 6IG with 9IG together for mid shaft, and on the ends it's going to be 9IG by itself. The IG stands for ice gold, so you're getting a cooler gold reflection, so it doesn't look so yellowy, but it still has warmth in the hair. So let's get started. Okay guys, so on this first bowl, this is the 9IG ice gold Demi-Permanent color. This is 6IG and 9IG mixed together, so it creates kind of like an 8, and in between her, kind of like a 7.5 and 8, so that's going to be my transition color. Okay, this is just a 6IG Demi-Permanent color by itself, and I'm going to place this on her Rootagé. And the reason why I'm going to place on her Rootagé anyways is because, you know, even though we got like the most amazing gray coverage ever, I still say, you know, why not? Let's blend it in, let's add that shine with that acidic Demi-Permanent color deposit, and also add more pigment in, because if we're adding more pigment in, she's going to be double pigmented. So not only is the 6Ni permanence down there, but now we're going to put the 6IG Demi-Permanent on top of it, layering down to the 8 custom color, so we can blend any stitch marks that you see here and overlay these ends are very yellow with the 9IG. Now take a look at how gold and yellow that band of color is. It's beautiful. Some people like this warmth, but it's a little bit too yellowy for my mom. So the 9IG will still keep it warm, but that little bit of ice will kick off that warmth that we don't want. So it's a natural type of gold, because sometimes gold can be too yellow. I feel that we could get more of a natural result. So I'm going to apply it now. Let me get my gloves on. All right, guys, I'm going in and glazing her hair. And the reason why I call it glazing is because the word toning has become a nightmare. A lot of times our clients think toning means, oh, did you do something wrong? What are you trying to fix? You know, that type of situation. So I've changed the word to glazing. I didn't invent it. There's so many people that call it glazing, glossing, top coating over the years. It's just something I adopted as well, and I want to share that with you guys so you guys know that using a different terminology can help you, your clients understand that toning is not a mistake, it's not a problem. So you'll see here, I avoid the front because I'm going to put the level 8 ice gold there, and I'm putting the 6 back here. Around the face frame, I like to go a little bit lighter so it looks more natural. So I'm just going to go with almost like a retouch, okay, hitting all of her Rootagé area. And I always choose a Demi-Permanent color to gloss the hair with because it's more acidic, especially with Mydentity. Demi-Permanent color is designed to be more acidic. It has a lower pH, which is great when when your hair has just been bleached or lightened, which has been through a lot of chemical process. Using an acidic color will ensure that the hair cuticle is closed and you get more shine benefit from it. The color contains Mirror Style XP as well, and what that does, it ensures that the hair is protected from heat. The technology creates a shield that envelops every strand and ensures that you get heat protection. A lot of folks may think I'm a little bit anal when it comes to Demi-Permanent color, but sometimes when you're toning or glossing or whatever you want to call it, I like to say when you're toning the hair with permanent color, it has ammonia in it. It continues to blow up the cuticle, cause more damage to the hair, especially when it's already been bleached. The last thing you want to do is put any more permanent color to the hair. I know that we've been doing that for a long time, and sometimes I do it too in certain circumstances. But the majority of the time, when it comes to healthy hair, you'll always see that I have a preference to using Demi-Permanent color. A lot of people think Demi-Permanent means that it fades away like it's a semi. Semi and demi are two different things. Demi means it only deposit, okay? Deposit only color, meaning you're not lifting and depositing. Permanent color has ammonia, so what's happening is you're getting lift and then deposit. So why do you need to lift when you're only needing to deposit color? If that makes any sense, hair besties. So what I'm saying is, if you have a choice to tone or gloss the hair, always use Demi-Permanent color. It's the healthier choice. It adds more shine. It closes the cuticle. You get pure color deposit, so there is no disturbance in the natural hair that you do decide to leave out. Now with my mom, she's an exception because she has no virgin hair left on her head because we use permanent color prior to cover the gray and give her this beautiful level 6 NI natural ice color with Mydentity. So with the Mydentity Demi-Permanent color, we use 6 volume, okay? So it's 1:2 ratio. So you get a lot out of the color because it's 1:2 ratio. And I love that. Now you do have an option of mixing it 1:1, but what happens is when you mix the color 1:1, it becomes not as acidic. It becomes slightly a little more, not super alkaline, but a little more alkaline. So you get more pigmentation because it blows the cuticle up more. So the only time I recommend that is when you're trying to use it to camouflage gray, Demi-Permanent color to camouflage it, or dealing with hair that's very, very resistant, but then it also shifts the viscosity of the product to be a little bit more dense. So my preference of choice is usually 1:2 ratio because you get more of that acidity in the dye, and also it spreads a lot better. The 6 volume smells amazing as well. It also has the lavender in there as well, which is very soothing to the scalp. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my, not basic, but traditional Rootagé retouch, and then I'll move into the transition color. So I just got done laying down all the 6 IG Demi, and I avoided the hairline around her face. So now I'm putting a mesh sheet right over that to shield it, the hair from the back, so I could put my level 8 customized color down here around her hairline because I still want a shadow routage around her hairline. I still want a shadow routage around my mom's hairline, but if I went with a level 6, it would be too dark. So doing the custom color here around her face ensures that she still gets that blend and shadow root, but it looks more natural. Having the mesh sheet, or you can use a foil, whatever you want, ensures that I don't smash it onto the previous level 6 and it goes too dark. So I only use that as a shield or preventative, okay? So I can overlay the shadow root on top. This is one of my favorite methods. I use mesh because it's a lot lighter weight, but you can use foil, whatever your preference is. It doesn't matter. It's more of isolation purposes. So now that we got that shadow routage down with the customized level 8 ice gold, we're gonna do that on the other side as well. Panel underneath her nape, I'm gonna go in with a level 6 ice gold demi. Just gonna use a mesh to overlay so that way we don't create a mess down here on her nape area. Usually the parts that look a little bit more yellowy or orangey is where I'm gonna lay down the level 8 custom color I made for dimension, because I feel like if we just make it look too horizontal ombre, like boom, 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 like here's the roots, here's the middle color, here's the ends, it becomes a little bit flat. So you'll see me go in and switch from an 8 to a 9 in some areas. Like does this call for 8? I think so. So we're gonna go in and drag that 8 down all the way through because it's so, to me it looks a little bit orangey on the ends. It needs a little bit more pigment. So by using level 8 there, I'm ensured that I'm going to get more coverage because there's heavier dye load right in that area, right? So in some areas, this part still looks a little bit orangey to me right here. If you look at the ends, some parts I could dive back into my level 6 right up here and just drag that down if needed. So sometimes I have a tendency to overmix, but to me, it ensures I don't have to go back and remix sometimes. It varies. I usually know with my clients, I'd rather have the option of having more color, because sometimes I need to go back in and utilize that and drag it back down. Okay, so right above that, I'm gonna drag or dive into a level 9. Okay, well right here is still a little bit orangey, so let me go back into my 8, right in through here. So pretty much the pieces underneath her occipital is pretty warm, so I'm going to go in with the 8. And everything above that seems to be just on the yellow side, so I could go in with my level 9 ice gold. Okay, I don't mind cross-contaminating a little bit with my gloves, because I feel like it gives it more dimension because we're working in the same family of color anyhow. Okay, so going in with the level 8 first, okay, on this next section, and we're gonna ombre it. Now I'm gonna have the level 9 ice gold and kind of mesh it in together and stroke it in so you get that seamless blend right in through here. I feel like with Demi-Permanent color, because there is no ammonia to expand the product, sometimes you gotta spread the hair open, okay, ensure that you penetrate, and do a couple swipes to ensure that the hair has been pressed and penetrated all the way through. Just like that. Ah, there's my mom processing! How do you feel?
Feel good.
Is she adorable? So I told her I was gonna serenade her. My mom, I swear, she acts like a big kid. I mean, she just turned 60. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. Only
12, you're 12. No, I know, she's my mom. We just play around because we're like, you're 60. You're not a regular mom. You're a cool mom, right? You're a cool mom.
I'm a cool mom.
You were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. And whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. And no one else has been what you have been to me. You will always be the girl in my life for all times. Mama, Mama, you know I love you.
I love you, baby.
Is she adorable? Ooh, you know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. Mama, I just want you to know, loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I love you.
Yes, it is. Yeah. How do you feel, Mama?
Feel good, baby. I so feel good.
I told you, we're just crazy. We're like two kids. I don't understand. She's a cool mom, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You guys, I've been searching forever to get the perfect gray coverage at a level 6, and finally, with Mydentity 6 NI, everything. Okay, natural ice, full on coverage. As you can see at her Rootagé, we get solid coverage, and we glaze over with the 6 IG, 9 IG Mydentity Demi, and you get this beautiful color. It's still gold, but yet it's a cooler gold. It's not like that gold that's so yellow. It's a believable gold, which I love. Mom, how do you feel?
Feel good.
I feel good.
She's so,
She's so excited. How do you feel? I mean, I know you're camera shy. Okay, she's very camera shy. And tell us how you feel.
I feel
Sexy, right?
very, very sexy, Mama.
You feel like sexy mom?
Because
You love me.
my son made me
Sexy.
sexy. He always called me sexy Mama.
Yeah, I always call her sexy mom. I said, Mom, you're a cool mom.
Cool
you're
mom.
a sexy mom, so we can't have you. Yeah. I feel good. Da, 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 da. Anyway, so leave comments below. Tell me how you feel about the new shades of 6 and I for the permanent, and the Demi colors, and the Magnum 8 Lightener. Leave comments below. Subscribe. Leave comments below, thumbs up, tell me how you feel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I do lots of live videos on Facebook and lots of exclusive live videos on Instagram. My mom was just feeling my butt. Mom! Oh, she just faked. Okay, Mom! Oh my god, see, she is a cool mom. She got to get up on this chair. Mom, get up on this chair.
How get up?
Get up, and we're gonna make Mom a twerk. Okay, be careful, don't knock this over. Okay, Mom, a twerk. Shake. Okay, I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna spank my mom's butt. Boom, boom, boom. Now you're a cool mom. We love Mom. Thanks, guys.
Love you, son.
Okay, bye. But you missed your hair. Okay, right back. Now, if I...
So good.
Go. And turn.